Hey everyone, this is Clarice.
And this is Garrett, hi!
And today we're doing another couples video, so thank you for joining me this weekend for a few minutes to shoot this video.
Sure.
I was thinking today it would be interesting to do a video about things that are not allowed in Canada but are allowed in Germany. This I think might be interesting because you think when you're in Germany you have this stereotype that Germans are very uptight and have a lot of rules and laws, and you would be surprised that there are actually some things that are totally okay in Germany but not in Canada.
Which is strange from looking at it from Germany here, because Canada looks like it's such a huge country and is such a huge country, and you think such a huge country, lots of liberties coming along with it. And it's actually interesting to keep in mind that Canada only has 40 million, population of 40 million, whereas we here have 80 million. So it's twice the population, and you would think more people here, more rules, but actually it can be quite the opposite way around, the other way around.
Yeah, so keep watching if you are curious. So the first thing is, well, you might already know this, is that drinking in public is totally allowed in Germany.
You can take your beverage anywhere you want to go.
Yep, and
literally.
So there's no boundaries, really. If you're in the city, on the street, you can.
And you don't need to have that paper wrapping around your beverage.
Paper bag, yeah.
Paper bag. And you can take your beverage anywhere you like. Like you can just grab a beer, sit on a park bench, or go on a stroll and just drink your beer, or go to the city, which opens up the option of the chance of having festivals where you actually can drink in public. Street festivals. Like can have a beer, or right now in our city there is
a Weindorf, which is a wine festival, there are wine stands all across the downtown, and I'm hoping to do a video on that soon. Yeah, to take you guys on a tour through the Weindorf.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, you're allowed to drink in public, and that's not really allowed in Canada, or there are certain regulations of where you can do it, and it has to be like licensed, and like you have to apply for some permissions to do that.
Yeah, it's easy to forget. Like if you're there as a tourist and you buy a wine for tonight, for example, in Canada, you just grab your wine from the supermarket, go outside with your wine in your hand, which is what you would be doing here. It's already, I don't know if it's a criminal offense, but it's not really allowed. Like you need that paper bag.
Yeah, and already you cannot really buy wine in the supermarket in Canada. You have to go to a liquor store,
which is right next door to the supermarket.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, even in the national park, for example, if you're hiking and you want to have a beer, it's not really. A lot of people do it, but you're technically not supposed to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think my friend got yelled at for doing that. There was a park ranger nearby, and yep, it's not allowed. Yeah. So, number one is drinking, which is a little too bad in Canada, because here it seems like you would think there's like crazy business going on, that people start fighting on the streets because of too much alcohol, but I don't really see that. I just see like even like old like grandmas and grandpas having fun when they're drinking. Yeah. So maybe because it's so normal here, it's not such a big deal. And the second thing that is kind of related is not related, but kind of is that you're not
doing
allowed
drugs in public. It's the general title.
No, yeah. Well, you're not allowed to smoke in a lot of places in Canada, and you're allowed to do that in Germany still here, even though I understand the laws are getting a bit tighter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's still some places where you can smoke, like in bars, I guess.
Well, in some bars you can have a separate space which is enclosed, and then you can smoke there. So there's another room and you can smoke in there, but you have to have that second room.
Yeah, I think it's not allowed anymore in Canada. I mean, it used to be that way, but
Sure.
no, not anymore. And well, a lot of
I think I remember seeing less cigarettes on the ground in Canada. Is that true? Like compared to here? Maybe?
well, that was on another video I did. I'll link it below. And people throw their cigarette butts everywhere here, and I feel like it's a frowned upon in Canada just
Yeah,
to
sure.
toss your stuff.
Here as well.
Yeah, but I see a lot of people do it. Yeah. Anyways, well, if there's a lot more people smoking, then we'll obviously have a lot more cigarette butts. Yeah. But I hope this is not something I find very nice about Germany. But I think maybe regulations will get
The littering
Tight.
part.
the littering and the smoking.
Okay.
Yeah, because like on the trains, at the train station and stuff, people. I guess there's areas now in Germany where you're allowed to
Yep.
smoke, but those are like the main train stations. But if you're on a regular stop on the train, there's still people smoking, even if there's kids around. So I don't find that so good. Next thing,
Shooting fireworks.
yeah, that's
Big difference.
not allowed in Canada so much.
Which I find very surprising. Like you're somewhere out in the
Yeah.
wilderness. I guess someone like not in the wilderness, but in a smaller village and nothing around, and you're still not allowed to shoot fireworks like on your own. There can be public fireworks around.
You're right. Their public fireworks are allowed, but going to the store and buying your own firecrackers and then setting them off is, I guess, it's a safety hazard in Canada. Or you can't just shoot firecrackers in your neighborhood in Canada. Well, at least where I live.
Well, it's different here. I think 3 days prior to New Year's Eve, you can buy fireworks in just your regular supermarket, and all kinds of firecrackers, like actual crackers or things.
Yeah,
to
you
shoot
see,
them
like
up.
there's a lot of ads printed, and then they're selling like these huge packages
Yeah.
of fireworks.
Like all different kinds of things, like just one with one fuse which run for 10 minutes or something,
Yeah.
or you can individual one. Anyway, you can buy them, and then you can go practically anywhere and shoot them. And it can be dangerous because every once in a while, like people drink first on New Year's Eve, then you have an empty wine bottle. You need an empty wine bottle, and then you take that wine bottle to place the stick of the fireworks in there and start the fuse, and then it goes up. So you need the drinking part and the empty wine bottle and the
Yeah.
fireworks, which is already a bad combination maybe.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
you can go
crazy.
downtown on the marketplace and shoot there. Many people do that.
It's crazy, and you have to be very careful because there are fireworks shooting left, right, up, down, like everywhere, and there's
Yeah.
smoke everywhere. You can't see anything, and there's just like things whistling by. Yeah, it's
And after a while,
it's an
there's just
experience.
smoke. It's like
Yeah.
nebula. You don't see anything anymore.
Yeah.
But its regulations are tightening here as well, since there have been a few fires because of that, especially in the
Yeah.
older towns. We have older like houses made out of wood, and they catch fire, and so more and more cities say it's not allowed to shoot fireworks within city boundaries or certain areas.
Another thing that is not allowed in Canada is that our dogs are off leash or in the city. In Germany, like I don't know if they train their dogs a different way, but dogs just like follow the owners without the leash in the restaurants, on the train, and there are no problems usually. And yeah, in Canada you have to have the dog on a leash.
Yeah, and you seem to be enforcing that as well. Like people actually obey this. Like in a regular park, sometimes here you should have your dog on a leash. Many people don't do it, but it's like a dog which obeys, and it's like right next to you, so it's kind of okay. But
Mhm.
actually, if you go to a park in Canada, every dog I see is on a leash. So, while it might be here necessary to put the dog on a leash, in a lot of places it's not done, and it's still okay. And outside the parks, just within city boundaries, it's a general rule to have the dog on a leash in Canada. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's different here.
Yeah, I don't know, but the dogs are so obedient. Like, I think back, my dogs would have been like running to the first stranger and saying hello. But here, dogs just ignore strangers. It's really weird.
Because many more people. Gets boring after a while, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I'm still trying to find the secret to this. I ask all dog owners, but they don't. I don't know. I don't know the secret yet. I still have to investigate.
You have to do interviews.
Yeah. Another no-no in Canada is not wearing your bicycle helmet. I know that there are different rules depending on the province. For example, in some provinces or territories, it's okay for adults not to wear helmets. In some cases, you have to. In some cases, it's completely open. But generally, you should wear a helmet. And in Germany, I see people without helmets quite a lot.
You don't have to wear a helmet. Only your liability can be different if something happens. But you don't have to. We encourage, and many people actually wear a helmet. I think more and more people are wearing it.
Yeah.
And I think a while ago it wasn't that cool to wear a helmet. I think we're past that and people are wearing a helmet. So it's a good idea, but again in Canada, actually it seems to be more prevalent that everyone has a helmet.
I don't know if you saw these things, but when I was in elementary school, they showed videos about what happens to people if they don't wear a helmet. And they show videos of what happens if you keep smoking or keep drinking or all this stuff.
Well, it didn't work for the drinking or smoking part, I guess. If it works for the helmet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we have this kind of education as well. Like
Okay.
a policeman come and show some things.
Okay.
I don't know about the drinking and smoking part, but tell you some stuff. It was a practical test as well.
Practical test.
Another difference is, I don't know if that really falls in the section of allowed, not allowed, is that you have to be aware that there are different country histories, I think, and that the country has a different identity regarding different populations.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be very aware if you sometimes make a joke which might imply some discrimination against another group of people.
Right.
Some country doesn't have a history at all regarding some people. For example, in Germany, we don't have specifically a history regarding Native Americans. We see adventure movies, and that's our world here more.
Right.
And sometimes we just joke about, you look like a cowboy, or you look like some other group. And actually, if you're in Canada, you have that history of Native Americans. Right. And if you do a joke there, like you would do here maybe, without thinking about it, you might offend some people. So just in the general section of what is allowed here, but not in Canada, you might want to be aware of this thing as well. So think twice if you make a joke which implies some discrimination maybe against some group.
He's talking to you Germans.
Yeah, I'm talking about us Germans.
Because at the beginning, when I came here, I heard so many things. I thought, oh, that's racist. That's racist. That's racist. I wouldn't hear this in Canada. I guess we're more culturally sensitive in Canada, but here, people don't mean it. Maybe they say it ignorantly, but it's meant as a joke, I guess, or meant in good humor.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people say. It's just joking, but it's hard to tell where the line is.
Yeah, I would bring up specific examples, but I'm kind of nervous to do it in front of everyone. So maybe, I don't know.
Just Google some.
Maybe should we just say one example?
Sure, go ahead.
So you have this like chocolate sweet.
Oh, don't bring up that example.
Yeah. There's something. There's a chocolate. What is it? Actually, I don't know. I've never eaten it.
It's
a
foam. It's foam, and then there is a chocolate coating from the brand Dickmann's.
Yeah. This is the name of this product is pretty inappropriate. So, but it's just a normal term here. I know there's debate about it in Germany. Like,
well, it's not the original name of the company or anything.
Okay.
It's just what
people call it.
Yeah, sometimes call it. It's
okay.
like it's not the official term or anything,
okay.
so it's all fine there.
Okay.
It's just I don't know. Sometimes you call a product a certain way.
Yeah, but
But it's not so prevalent anymore. I haven't heard it in a while. Right now, it's just called Dickmann's, for example.
Okay.
You know, that thing.
Okay, because I know there is debate about it. I've seen some articles in Germany. Anyways, that's an example.
I can tell what we just heard the other day when we were eating ice cream. There was a dad sitting with his daughter next to us, and she was eating ice cream, and she had ice all over her face and was very had a colored, not a colored face, like had ice cream all over her face, and he said like, "Oh, you look like an Indian."
Yeah.
And for me, actually, it didn't even register as anything odd that you wouldn't want to say, but you immediately went, "That's racist," in some way.
Yeah, you wouldn't say this in Canada. Nope. Okay, and then there's another thing that's not allowed in Canada, but okay in Germany, and this
it's expected in Germany.
It's expected. You have to do this in Germany. This goes a bit into the not regulations or anything, but getting a job. For example, but actually applying for a job. When you do a resume in Germany, it's expected that you submit certain details that is actually against the law in Canada to include. So for example, in Germany you have to include a picture and your marital status. How many kids are there?
No, sometimes you see that, but it's not really necessary.
Your age, actually your birth date, and male or female.
Well, you can't hide that when you include the picture.
Yeah. So yeah, those things, and anything else? Your nationality, but I guess you have to do that in Canada as well. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, you need to include this in your resume, or else they wouldn't really even consider it, because it's so standard. In Canada, because of discrimination laws, you shouldn't, and you can't include it.
Like all of the above.
All of the above.
It's not included. Like what's left in the resume?
The actual what you do, your experience.
Like hello.
Yeah.
I am.
Your education, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'll do another video about the differences between resumes and stuff like that later. But yeah, I think that's a big difference, because yeah, in Germany it's expected, and I was very surprised when I was job hunting.
Yeah, I was surprised as well when you told me that you're not allowed to include a photo in Canada. Like, what would happen if I included a photo in a resume in Canada? Would they panic? Like, oh no, what do we do with this case?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's changing. I mean, you can look it up on Facebook or whatever, enter the name and the
right,
photo.
that's true.
So maybe it's changing.
Okay, so I think that's it for now, or that's all we could come up with at the moment while our baby is sleeping. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, yeah, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Thank you, bye!